What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Nerdy Volume Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, starring Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, and directed by Sean Levy. Let's get into it. Sit back, relax, and turn it to 11. It is here. It is finally here. Deadpool and Wolverine. We didn't think Wolverine was ever going to come back,
but he did.
But he did, and surprisingly enough, the MCU. This is the first MCU Deadpool movie. This wasn't a Deadpool movie from the 20th Century Fox, which is actually very interesting because I did not even realize it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And even in the trailer, you see the 20th Century Fox in the void, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, there's a significance to that being there, aside from the fact that Deadpool is a normal fourth wall breaker, right?
Yeah, let me take that out of my 64 Easter eggs that I have listed. Guys,
63.
There's like now 63 left now, so there's a whole bunch.
You could keep it in there and then bring it up. It's like, and then be like, oh yeah, we already brought it up, but the 20th century,
man.
Yeah, I tried to keep away from the what is that? The cameos for the Easter eggs because there's too many.
I consider the cameos as Easter eggs, though.
Yeah, kind of, I guess you could say. Yeah.
Cameos? Really?
Yeah.
Like,
they're like walking
I thought Easter eggs would be more things that come back.
They're like the Easter bunny, you know?
They are.
So
the Energizer
golden
bunny.
egg.
Fine,
the golden
It's a good one.
And so Deadpool started off as, it's a standalone film. Mm-hmm. And you see that it's now within the MCU universe. And you see in the very beginning that, Wade Wilson went to Earth 616. How? I don't know. But he is originally from Earth 10,005. You see that there was an article I read where journalist D.S. Johnston states in an article that Deadpool is from Earth 10,005, which is also the same universe as where the X-Men movie comes from.
Right, all the Fox characters.
Yeah, all the Fox characters. Blade, Elektra, Daredevil, and all them, So, was there anything about the movie itself that was really just like a shock to you, aside from the actual storylines or the cameos? Like the fact that it was the MCU's first rated R film was actually pretty funny that it would be a Deadpool movie.
Mm-hmm. I think that was a shock for me, and not really a shock, but Deadpool becoming MCU and, Disney owning it all, for Deadpool to come out that strong with the bloodiness and the language and all the references they made too,
whole bunch of references,
kind of dragging Fox in a little, you know what I mean, through the ground. I thought it was,
yeah.
I think you need to know outside of the film to get most of the jokes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because like with Blade saying, "Oh, I'll be the only Blade," and then he looks at the camera he's like "Really?"
Yeah. We all know.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, in my heart, he's the only Blade.
Yeah,
I'm
one
sorry.
One and only.
The only Blade,
Wesley,
that brought techno to most of us.
That's what I was gonna say.
Sandstorm.
As
Darude.
a 12-year-old girl watching Blade, because I'm one of those my dad kind of brought Resident Evil and Silent Hill and Blade and Underworld and all these
nice
movies.
Yeah,
Blade for me, when that blood rave scene.
Yeah. That's the best.
I spiraled down a rabbit hole of techno music, and I was chasing that feeling my whole life. So honestly, I've been seeing a lot of TikTok videos where show me or explain to me or give me a reference of you had to be there. Mm-hmm. And to me, it was Wesley Snipes coming out as Blade again. Mm-hmm. I almost stood out of my chair and I was like, he's back. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it was great.
That's actually a funny story when you see Deadpool walking into this cavern and you see a bunch of knives or katanas, swords, knives. And I'm all it's giving me mad Blade vibes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of
and
blades.
Then he comes in right after Elektra.
Yeah.
And the music to that entrance. Ugh.
That was epic.
Dude,
that's all. That's all. It's epic the whole time.
The whole
Gambit,
time.
guys. Gambit.
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 Thank you, Channing Tatum for not giving up in that role.
He got, he finally got the spotlight he deserves. Also, that Cajun accent.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what Cajun accents were. A streamer friend of mine was talking about it, and I'm like, "What the hell is that?" And he's like, "It's a mixture of like Southern French like accent." And I got to hear it, and I was like, "That's what it sounds like." It's crazy.
Like, what is that?
Yeah. And Deadpool's like, "Who is your dialect translator? Because what's going on?" And I'm all like, "Dude, that's perfect."
Yes.
Because if you ever watch the X-Men animated film, you hear him talking like that.
Yeah.
I
was like, what? He pulled it off really good. I was like, no, Deadpool was like, who's your vocal coach or dialect coach? Is it the minutes for Despicable Me? I was like,
oh my God. But I'm glad that he got, and honestly, it kind of gets me excited. Maybe they're hinting to like him actually getting like his own Gambit film or something, because he deserves it, man. He did so good.
Do you remember the line that he said in there? He was just like, or Deadpool's like, "Who are you?" Or like, "Where do you come from?" He's like, "I think I was born here in the void." And I was just like, that is hilarious. Wow. Because
he was nowhere, and now he just
came out of nowhere. That's true.
A void baby. That's crazy.
Yeah. But going back to the whole point that Wade Wilson or Deadpool is in the void. You start off the movie as Wade Wilson trying to better himself, and he wanted to join the Avengers, and he essentially gets kicked out and be like, "No, being an Avenger doesn't mean that you need it. People need you." You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they explained that, and I was like, "That's kind of nice." But because of that made him, I guess, listless. He's like an empty shell, is a husk. And because of that, Vanessa, his lovely lady, was like, "Yeah, no."
Yeah.
She's like, I want the Merc with the mouth back or something. I don't know, whatever the case is. I was just like, it was weird because it's like he wanted to settle down, or I guess she wanted to settle down, but not in the way that he thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like I guess when he thought that she wanted to settle down, she wanted him to get like a regular job and go, straight lace.
Work with Peter.
That was never, work with Peter, whoever Peter is
Poole.
in the,
oh my
I don't know.
God.
Who's Peter?
Peter.
His outfit, oh my God.
Listen.
He was in shape, okay?
When he walked out and I saw what I saw, I was like, no,
man,
I don't want it.
It's like how I felt in the Monkey Man recording. Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't go back. How dare you guys just go back to that episode? You guys are sick. No. I'm talking to those who've watched the video, guys.
Oh
yes.
my gosh.
No, so yeah, you see Wade Wilson just like, he's just not having it. Then all of a sudden you have Paradox, who is a part of the TVA, which is a really nice, bringing back the Loki series TVA. And what was really funny is that apparently in the comics of Paradox, he was just he was a judge, or I believe he was a part of the a She-Hulk trial, because She-Hulk, she was she was in trouble for something, and she had a way to not be punished by the TVA by not being obliterated. And Paradox was originally from that issue.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But in this one, Paradox plays a completely different character that did a really great job as an antagonist, I thought.
Yeah.
He was telling Deadpool, like, "Hey, so Logan, your anchor being, which is the person, I guess, that keeps your timeline going strong, has died and makes your universe deteriorate." And so he's like, "But I can get you on Avengers." He's like, "What?" Yeah. And there's a whole montage of him getting dressed by he's all like, "I love the suit, but I'm pretty sure your tailor's a predator."
God, the montage of him changing, and then the slaps of the butt, and God. And who was that guy that just kept like staring at him off the sidelines, and then he's like, "You want me?"
You.
He's like, HR.
That guy was awesome. I don't know who he was specifically, but he was definitely one of those characters that you had to pay attention to.
It's just like a side character, NPC character that
NPC.
It was just great. He did a really good role.
I have a question about that for you. So remember when he points that guy out,
Yeah.
Did that give you guys any kind of reminder from when Iron Man said that guy's playing Galaga? Remember when he was first spot onto the big
Again,
thingy?
it could be one of those references things.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
another little Easter egg cameo.
Totally
thing.
missed it. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was the funniest thing. I was just like, oh,
65.
Galaga.
I'm pretty sure you hit up like 4 of them already.
Yeah,
at least.
for sure. Absolutely. And so apparently Paradox wanted to get out of middle management in TVA, and he wanted to open up or build another time ripper so he can accelerate deteriorations of the universes. Using Deadpool's abilities, he can make it quicker and like end these universes faster. He was a mercenary essentially, right?
Basically, yeah.
But that's where things didn't meet, eye to eye, is where, Deadpool couldn't let go, or he couldn't kill his universe because the people he loves is on that.
I mean, like, imagine working your entire life to first save the love of your life and then try to make something out of yourself. And then you have this guy telling you, yeah, too bad, so sad, your world is going to end. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and he's like, what did I do all this for? Like, just to let my entire universe die. So
Absolutely.
I would have done the same thing to me.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think the fact that he thought that Deadpool didn't have anybody was kind of a mistake on his part. I'll just say, you're the TVA. You could see his literally the past 5 years.
Oh my God, him and Thor when Thor was crying.
Yeah.
Why is he crying? Like, now I'm curious, and I'm gonna wait until the day they show.
Yeah.
14 scenes later.
14.
Hey, why was Thor crying? Why was he crying? I have a speculation on that. Ooh. We have 2 Avengers movies coming up. We have Doomsday, of course, as we all know. RDJ is reprising. This is not reprising. He's coming back as Dr. Doom. So, obviously, a variant. Yes. I know we got a lot of mixed feelings about that. But we have another Avengers movie, Secret Wars. So, speculation is maybe Deadpool told a really bad joke to Thor, and I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe he actually is dying. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
What is Secret Wars on, actually? I thought there was a Secret Invasion, right?
There was a Secret Invasion.
That
The Secret Wars
series I wasn't really a big fan of, but it had secret in the name, so
There's some secret in there.
Yeah, there's something there.
Any correlation to the two? But the Secret Wars, I initially thought it was from fighting in the quantum realm, because I don't know anybody who's gonna just land. I don't know who goes into the quantum realm without knowing you're there.
Right.
I'm just like,
it's not a mistake. It's on purpose. So
yeah. I'll just say these are like bacteria wars. Is the Secret Wars going to have Captain Marvel? Like, do we know if that's going to be the case? We don't know yet. And the fact that you have the Paradox building a time ripping machine that can accelerate the deterioration of the universe kind of, begs the question, like, how can that do that? But
right.
Apparently it's already done before, and he doesn't want to keep the old timelines, kind of like the whole purpose of Loki season 2. You see Loki as the new, I guess, anchor being of the sacred timeline, and that really set me. I was just like, oh, that's so cool. Yeah, that's the coolest thing ever.
He literally flipped the switch from his being of an antagonist to like the ultra, protagonist.
Literally,
he's crazy good.
And it's crazy because they're just like, you can't do that. There's so much energy, this and that. He's like, but I'm a god.
Right.
Yeah.
He never stopped that.
Yeah.
That ideology of him. I'm just like, you're absolutely right, bro. Go do
do
whatever
you want.
And I'm just like, that's cool. Just like, I was like, oh, that's so cool. It's almost like Aquaman's, Jason Momoa.
Right.
I think that the Paradox was a really good antagonist, especially with partnering up with Cassandra Nova.
Oh yeah.
Being Charles Xavier's twin sister.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I forgot that person existed until I looked at the comic books, and there was actually, she was supposed to be looking older, I thought.
Yeah.
But this was a void, so it made sense that she kind of kept more of her youth look.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were just basically the antagonist side of the story with the main Wade Wilson. Who was the Wolverine? Like, what Earth was that Wolverine from? The worst Wolverine. Do you guys know?
The worst Wolverine?
The main Wolverine.
The one that let
movie?
everybody down.
Oh my god!
What? Do you guys know what Earth? I look
I have
everywhere
no idea.
for that.
I couldn't get anything from that.
They were saying that he's essentially the same one as 10,005, just in like a very alternative world. So it's almost like what is it in the CW DC is like a Earth 2 to their prime.
Yeah, we're gonna probably have to reach out to our fans who are watching or listening. Leave a comment down below. Let us know which Earth this Wolverine that we saw on the big screen is from.
Yeah. I was looking everywhere because when I tried to look up worst Wolverine, like I got different types of Wolverines.
Speaking of which, we had a whole bunch of those. Are you ready? We're going to open it up.
Let's open that can of worms. Or I guess Wolverine in this case.
Oh, man. Okay, so who wants to go first?
Well, I guess I'll just open up with the main Wolverine. Yeah. He was the worst Wolverine. His name is James Logan Howlett. He's essentially, he let down his Earth where he was like super prideful, didn't want to wear the suit that he was wearing throughout the movie. And he didn't want to be a part of the team. And because of that, he decided he wasn't going to show up when Scott and them needed him. And when they did, he found out that humans killed his friends and he went on a killing spree, killing humans, essentially making X-Men the enemy of the world.
Right.
And then it begs the question. I was like, how were you able to drink at that bar? And how was that bartender able to deny you food? I mean, like, because everybody knows who you are. You know what I mean?
It's on the house for him.
Yeah. So that was all I know. That was most of that version of Wolverine that I figured out. I just knew that everything that from the movie he said, that's basically the only information I have on him.
My favorite one is when he was wearing the brown yellow costume with Hulk reflecting off of his blades or his claws. Yeah. It's okay. Two things. Number one, I think it's issue 180 in the Incredible Hulk comics is where Wolverine makes his first appearance in Marvel, and the cover of that issue is actually Wolverine with the claws and the reflection of Hulk's face on there. So it was like huge reference to that.
To that first comic.
To the first comic. And I'm like, hey, that's really significant because you can't have Wolverine without Incredible Hulk, which he does come out. We get to see the back of his head because, Universal Pictures still owns the rights to the Incredible Hulk. So we're not going to get to see a solo film from him, unfortunately. So that's pretty, I guess, iconic. And then we have the short Wolverine.
The comic book accurate Wolverine. Standing at 5'3".
Very tall.
Hilarious.
So yeah, he's 5'3", comic book accurate Wolverine. Jumps up at his stool and...
Like, wow, look at you. You did that all by yourself. Like, good job.
It's like,
well, and to my understanding, because it's been a while since I've read like X-Men comics, but I believe in the original comics, he's actually that short.
Like, he is.
The OG one.
Yeah.
He's like short guy. And so like when I saw that, I was like, this is hilarious because you're so used to the Logan we know.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman's like 6'2".
Yeah, he's tall, buff, and then you see this.
It's like another foot taller.
Yep. And yeah, because I was just like, I remember in the animated series, especially when Deadpool says, "Oh, it's the comic book accurate Wolverine," and I'm like, "You're right."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh yeah, but he doesn't have a brown leather jacket with the red flannel underneath he did in Origins."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oh man, if he had that outfit on, I think that'd look just like it." Yeah.
Just spot on.
And the super chops, the chops.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they did so good in this movie.
Wait, did you have a
favorite?
A Wolverine? Yeah, did
a
you have
favorite one
that showed?
Well, I think all the girls would agree. I think Henry Cavill as Wolverine. Calverine. He can listen. If they make a Wolverine universe and he's not in it, you better be Henry Cavill, please. Like, I know we're going from Witcher to, I think he's doing one of his like Warhammer. Is it Warhammer?
Yeah.
He's doing Warhammer.
He's doing Warhammer.
I didn't even know Warhammer was coming out.
And I think he's like main producing and like all of it, and he's going to be in it, like to the T, how he wants things to be, not anybody telling him like how to do it or all. So, if they let this man play, please please do it. For the girls, please.
For the ladies.
For the ladies. And some men, too. I don't know. Everybody.
Some of them, yeah,
the world. Do it for the world.
Do it for Warhammer.
Do it for Warhammer.
Yes.
Expand your legacy.
40,000. Yes.
40K.
40K. No.
40K.
Even Deadpool agreed. He was like, yes. He's like, you're the one. Oh no, man, there were so many.
It was funny to bring that up because in that scene he even pokes fun at DC. It's like, oh, they finally released you from the folks down the street. You know, those guys. I was like, dang, they didn't have to do DC that dirty.
So many jabs. It was great. I'm like, I love how they're getting away with all of this because this is dirt.
Do you guys think that Wolverine would be Wolverine going forward?
Like I said, I'm hoping and praying and summoning all the spirits that we need for this to happen.
Because he wouldn't be in there, you know, like.
It'd be better if he was a different character because, like, he could play tons of characters.
He could play so many. It could be a one-man show.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on. Hold on.
Getting ahead of myself here. It's just a whole show of just Henry Cavill playing all the characters.
Every single one, yeah.
Yeah, I see him being
Jean
Storm.
Grey, for sure.
He could
red hair.
He could totally pull off Professor X.
Absolutely.
He totally could.
I was just kidding, but okay.
I think, but I did hear there was a rumor going around on the internet about Henry Cavill playing the Wolverine.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he could be playing a Wolverine going forward or just playing Wolverine as a variant in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah. I'll be happy with either. Just give me Wolverine. That's all I want.
Did you catch the other three Wolverines?
Yes, there was one, the Apocalypse Wolverine. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that's the same Wolverine that is hated by the public when it came out in the 80s or maybe.
Is that the one in the alleyway when it's
alleyway,
raining?
yeah.
So there's a jerk version of the Wolverine. I don't know if it's this one, but apparently he was the Wolverine that was like he would sleep with guys' wives. Like on a regular in the comics. Like this was a regular Wolverine trope in this. And I don't know if that's from the Apocalypse one. It would make more sense in that era than it would in a regular era.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah, dude. But I read that a long time ago when I was reading up on Wolverine. So like, I don't know if that was the same one, but I'm just like, I'm pretty sure that's the guy because he had the super huge like perm, you know, super buff. I was just like, that is hilarious.
Is it the same Wolverine that got his hand lasered off by Cyclops and got kind of experimented on by the Beast?
I don't know if that's the same one. I'm not sure.
No.
That's why I was like, I'm not sure what part of the universe or which Wolverine universe it is because there's also the crucified.
Oh yeah, Fever Dream Wolverine.
Yeah. And I was just like, why is this guy a bad option?
Right.
Because I was like, he looks totally fine. You just help him out.
Right.
Oh, but have it be Henry Cavill, you know?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. But I like that.
Fever Dream.
Till you're 90. Remember?
Oh
Till you're 90. Oh my God.
That's it. You're gonna have him till he's 90, guys.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
How old is Hugh Jackman right now? He's like, what, 50 something?
I thought he was 56.
Man, he looks good for that age.
Jeez.
Like, I 100% wholeheartedly agree when they were, you know, fusing together and all, like trying to save the world, and his shirt rips off, and Deadpool just kind of goes like,
Yeah.
the abs? My God.
No, when he walks out after coming back alive,
right?
And it went to the HR looking guy or I don't know who that guy is, but
we're like,
he's all like,
I think everybody in that movie theater was also like,
yeah, that was a scene being like, are you sure you want Henry Cavill? It's like, I'm pretty sure they would still. Like,
yes, I mean, yes.
Case in point.
Oh my gosh.
I think that the Wolverine variants played a very great role in this. Good. And it was really funny to see. And, you know, actually going back to the crucified Wolverine, I actually saw that comic in the comic book store. Like, I want to say back when I was like in my early 20s, I was in the north side of Vegas, and I went because when my buddy came out with a comic, and I was trying to look for his, and I saw the Wolverine. It was plastered. I think this was after, I want to see Futures Past, the first movie. And so they had a lot of the Wolverine stuff out. And so I saw the one on the cross, and I was just like, yo, I've seen that photo.
Yeah.
Or that drawing, the animation. I was like, this is nuts. And I was like, man, I guess it did. They'll read up a lot on what different Wolverine universes there are.
There's so many.
There's a lot.
There's so many. Like, you need so much time.
I know.
To kind of understand what world, universe, what variant, dimension they're from.
Yeah, exactly.
Their backstory, and it's crazy.
I mean, the Fox's version or world is 10,005.
Yeah, 10,005.
Which means 10,005 variants of Wolverine.
Yeah.
So, and then there's one more Wolverine that they came up was the eye patch Wolverine with the white tux.
Yeah.
I think he goes by the alter ego name of Madripoor, I believe.
Madripoor is the underground. The underground gambling ring, right?
Yeah, he wears an eye patch to cover up his identity.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't know who he is. Who is that man in the patch?
Until his claws come out. Oh my gosh. I missed it. It's Saber-Tooth Tiger. It's him.
That's Saber-Tooth Tiger.
Yeah, I think that was really cool. Like his outfit too was dope. I never knew the actual character patch all too well. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't something I knew all too much. So it was really cool to see. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that there was so many things to talk about when it comes to the partnership between Deadpool and Wolverine, where Deadpool was like this empty shell and Wolverine was this brooding kind of how would you say? He's just he was very broody, and he had grief still, going on.
Yeah.
And he was very
so stressed out. Yeah. That guy.
It's like to me it was one was looking for his purpose, the other one had lost his purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like two sides of the same coin, kind of. Just like one was like, I don't want anything to do with anybody. I don't care about anybody. Like nobody cares about me.
Right.
And the other one's like, no, I want people to care about me, and I care about my people, and like we need to do something.
Yeah.
So I think that was pretty cool. Like a cool dynamic.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good duo.
Yeah.
They should do more movies like that.
Oh yeah. And speaking of great duos and all that stuff, the fighting scene with the minivan or whatever.
Oh my god!
Listen, I want to buy that car now. Yeah. Like my future car.
I think that was Ryan Reynolds' goal there. He kept mentioning the Honda Odyssey, guys. The Honda Odyssey.
He didn't like it. Yeah.
He hated it. And he had to sell it, and then he got to actually fight in it, and then he's like, "What did? Can I? Am I allowed to say bad words?"
Yeah.
Thank God. He was like, "This car, it fucks." Like, absolutely. So that was my favorite. It took so much damage, and then the next day when they were all both just like beat to hell, you see Wolverine, and then just Deadpool wrapped in like.
I was like, "What's?" I was like, he's all strapped up. In that scene, did you guys catch when they were bashing their heads against the dashboard? Whose songs were playing?
I can't remember the
songs. It was because he changed every time you hit him, right?
Yeah. Every time it changes, it's Hugh Jackman's to Strowman's songs.
I knew that song was in there. I was trying to figure out where it was. This is the greatest show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the greatest show.
Yeah.
And then the last one, of course, ended up with Grease. You're the one I want.
Oh, you are the one.
I'm like, wow, so perfect.
Yeah, I was just like, this. Yeah, I love the fourth wall breaking,
dude.
In this,
it's
in
a
the
game
movie.
changer.
I think my favorite fourth wall break was when he gets told that he could be.
You mean Nice Pool?
No, not Nice Pool. Nice Pool was great.
No, oh my god!
But when he grabs the camera and then he grabs the mic too.
Yes.
And then it's just like full fourth wall breaking, like completely.
Oh, when he was able to become an Avenger, right?
Yeah.
When he was in the TVA. In the TVA.
Yeah.
He grabs the camera and he's like, yeah.
He was like, hell yeah!
Did you see that?
I was crying. Like my stomach was hurting from that fourth. Cause he looks at the camera a lot.
Yeah.
But like actually grabbing the camera and like grabbing the microphone, it's like, oh, like now you're completely just like cross that fourth wall.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Jeez.
God, I laughed so much for this movie. It was great.
It was really good. Yeah. I think that the comedy was really good. Actually, I was told that so I watched it with a group of my friends, and one of them said, it's like the comedy felt a little bit much because it kind of gave me that Love and Thunder from Thor kind of vibe where it was always just comedy and such. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, well, that's kind of a hot take because I was just like, Thor isn't seen as that type of type of character.
No,
he's more of that powerful kind of doofus guy, but he's not silly. He's more
not
of like
sarcastic asshole. He's like a goofy. Silly.
He's more like a out of the loop kind of like Prince, so to speak, right?
I always thought of him like having that surfer kind of voice, like, "Hey guys,
yeah."
I always thought of him as a pompous, arrogant prince that cares for his people. That's the voice I thought of Thor. Arrogant prince that cares though.
Yeah,
he's like, I am the strongest, don't you think? Stuff like that.
I'm the most powerful Avenger.
That's how I see Thor. But then when you see Deadpool is 100% that entire movie.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that he was really cool to bring up different Marvel shows that are coming up, like the Blade reference that he made. Mm-hmm. Or I guess Wesley Snipes made. He's like, I'm the only Blade.
The only Blade.
The only Blade that ever will be. And I'm like, wow. And it's funny too, because like I don't think it was a dig at Mahershala Ali, because Mahershala Ali is actually looking forward to that, and Wesley Snipes was looking forward to it. But because of all the rebooting and the director change and the reshooting, we don't know, because it was brought up back in 2019. Also, I hear that they're going to scrap the Black Knight that was played by Chris Harrington. I think they're going to scrap it.
Why?
That was one of the rumors.
I was looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, they said they were going to scrap it. They're going to scrap a bunch of other Marvel films.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, but I mean,
Dang.
we're still going to see more Marvel stuff later in the future.
He was my favorite character in Game of Thrones, so I was absolutely looking forward to that. Yeah.
Because you remember in the end of Eternals, right, where you see Kit was going to grab the sword, and and
then
you hear Blade in the back. I'm just like, oh, dang. I was like, oh.
We're going there, huh?
It's happening.
We're going there.
And another thing, Shang-Chi where he at?
No, they're working on the second one. I think they're working on the second one now.
Shang-Chi came out in 3-4 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, like Thor 2 between 1 and 2 was like a year, maybe a year and a half.
I don't know. They're probably looking for a bad guy for him.
I'm looking at good point.
I mean, it can't be the Mandarin anymore because he's
It could totally be the Mandarin.
It could be.
I don't know who. Well, he could also show up in other films. Like they could really do another Defenders movie, maybe instead of a series.
They should,
because I mean, I do know that they're gonna bring Charlie Cox back as the Daredevil.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's gonna be nice.
I love Daredevil.
And especially his Daredevil. I don't mind Ben Affleck's Daredevil. I totally forgot that he was the Daredevil until Elektra walked in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, that's right. And then
my gosh, she's like, I'm so sorry.
She's like, oh no, it's okay. And I was like, because in Elektra,
because he died.
Yeah, he died in Elektra, right?
Magneto dies too. Mm-hmm. Magneto dies. Daredevil dies from Cassandra.
Oh
no, from Cassandra Nova.
Cassandra. Oh yeah, that's right.
And the funny thing is, he just says, "I'm so sorry." It's okay.
It's okay. Fine. It's all right.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
Were you guys expecting Johnny Storm? That's his last name, right? Storm.
Johnny Storm. Yeah. Or the Human Torch. Human Torch, yeah.
I was not. I was like, okay, here we go. He's back. Blah, blah, blah. He's going to bring his shield. And then he goes, flame on. And I'm like, huh?
My wife was like, he had red on his forearm.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, he doesn't look buff, He just looks like a normal human being now.
Deadpool hyping him up. He's like, he's going to say it.
He's going to do it. He's going to do it.
Avengers. He's like, flame on. Like, what?
Which is great because, I think Deadpool did a great job at, because, Carmen Electra, Blade, Gambit never got his thing. And then Fantastic Four also kind of just, I think they did, 2 movies?
They did 2 movies,
They did 2, and then that was it. They never kind of brought them back.
People are saying that it was bad, but I thought it was all right.
I thought it was good for the time.
The first or the second one?
Both.
They were okay to me. Michael B. Jordan as Human Torch was pretty good.
Oh, that was the reboot.
Yeah, the reboot.
Yeah, I'm talking about the OG with Jessica Alba.
I like that one.
Those are good.
People are hating on those. The first
really?
Yeah. I don't know why.
I feel like you had to, again, it's one of those things where you had to be there. You had to be there, experience it when it came out. Because now, if you go back and watch older movies, obviously you're going to be like, this is terrible acting, this is terrible CGI, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, of course. It's like over 15 years old. You know what I mean? So I think when the whole Flamon thing and then him getting killed off, it was kind of like Deadpool's way of kind of like, here's what happened. This is the end of that chapter. Now we're moving on to different things, you know?
I feel like that's what the whole movie is about.
It is, yeah.
It's literally him switching over from Fox over to the MCU, the Disney timeline, the sacred timeline now. And they did it in a movie form instead of just saying, here's Deadpool, here's Thor, and here's Captain America, even though he's, I guess, gone now.
Yeah.
But they did it like in the movie to show that transformation, or I guess transformation to the sacred timeline now.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty clever of them to do that. Mm-hmm. It was pretty dope.
Just like wrapping it all up in one movie, and like, you know, so that was pretty good, I thought.
And then what do you guys think about Wolverine and Sabretooth?
Man, the brothers.
Seeing them fight again.
Oh, brother.
For the first X-Men.
Yeah.
Both of them coming back. I was just like, geez.
Because then he was like, the fight we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
And then his head gets cut off so quick. And I was just like,
and he's like, this is your Furiosa.
I've killed your queen.
Mad Max guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Furiosa Mad Max.
Like, I didn't even watch Furiosa, but I knew exactly what
I
you
know,
were talking
right?
about.
Me too.
And I'm like, that's hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
Guys, and Furiosa is still out in theaters.
It is.
It's still
is?
out in theaters. What the heck? They did
might have to
the
watch that.
timing on that.
I know.
Crazy.
I know.
That's awesome.
That
bro.
means it must have been like finished like filming, but
They probably were filming next door to each other.
Yeah.
Probably.
same one.
It's like, oh yeah, you're gonna film it? Yeah.
Can you imagine they're like wrapping up and they hear that?
Did Ryan? No.
No.
No,
You
this is
wouldn't.
Did not just say that.
Let's see, what's her name? Amy Jo Taylor, is that her name? Furiosa, the girl that played Furiosa.
Yeah.
She's just like, can you not? Can you not?
Can you not?
Oh, God.
There was okay, so there. I guess this would be a good time to talk about the Easter eggs, right?
Oh my gosh, there's
And
so
like-
many.
So many
And the more cameos.
cameos,
We'll
Easter
start with
eggs.
cameo parts because there's a
my
lot.
gosh. Let's go in chronological order. Obviously, Wolverine comes up, and then we see Captain America on the screen of TVA.
As well as Thor.
Thor.
Holding him.
Crying Thor, excuse me.
Crying. Why is he crying? Why is Thor crying? And then we see Wolverine's, plural, there's a whole bunch. And then we see Hulk, the Incredible Hulk. They fight. Cassandra Nova comes in.
I like how they brought
Well, 'cause
Toad
that-
back.
Oh, Toad?
Toad.
Toad,
Pyro?
yeah.
Yeah.
Pyro.
Pyro.
There was also Azazel
Azazel.
and Lady Deathstrike was
Yes.
played by Kelly Ahila. I'm sorry, she's not married to myself. I'm sorry.
did she-
Kelly who played the Lady Deathstrike in X-Men 2, but
I
not
wasn't invited
in
to the wedding? Or, okay.
You was, bro. You were there.
Oh, that's right.
You were there.
In
But
spirit.
anyway, she didn't play Lady Deathstrike in the Deadpool movie, but her character was there. She was the mutant with the 2 blades instead of the 3.
The 3.
Like Wolverine. And it was funny because I thought Azazel was Mephisto. I thought that was him because he was red, right? I was
Yeah.
like, oh, the demon Mephisto.
Yeah.
But he kept teleporting.
Yeah.
I'm like, nope, that ain't
I was,
him.
I was just like, that's
He
not
doesn't do
Mephisto.
that.
That's not Mephisto. But apparently, yeah, that's Azazel. But I don't know if it's her Azazel or Hair Azazel. I don't know how to say his name. But her Azazel was the father of Kurt, who we all know as Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
And it's funny because so my buddy that I watched the movie with, he's like, yeah, dude, they could have brought more Azazel. He's like the blood version of Nightcrawler. And I was just like, that's hilarious.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, did they only bring him back because Deadpool's red? You know what I mean?
Wow.
Right?
know, right?
You never know.
Yeah.
And so, having Azazel in there, it was really interesting because I was like, is that Mephisto? I was like, why is he under Cassandra? You know what I mean? I was just like, that doesn't make any sense.
It was just a
And so
whole
maybe he's
posse
like a weak
in there.
version.
you know?
Yeah, I was like, maybe he's a weaker one. And so when you find out that Azazel is Nightcrawler's dad. That's in the issue of the Uncanny X-Men 428 to 434. That's like where the whole arc is, where you find out that Mystique is trifling.
Trifling.
Mystique.
Trifling.
Not Mystique.
Yeah, Mystique. Mystique is Kurt's mother. But you see that in
Whose mom is she now?
Mommy.
I forget which X-Men movie or video game it was, but you see that there was a connection between Nightcrawler and Mystique, and I never knew that was because Mystique was his mom.
Yeah,
Really?
I mean
thought it
the
was
blue
because-
skin, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was
Blue
because
skin, right? Because
skin.
so Azazel is red.
Also red.
And the other thing too was Azazel was also the runner up to becoming like the next devil or Satan, similar to Mephisto. So
Whoa.
Mephisto in the series was the Satan or the devil of whatever it is that they were, whatever comic he was in. But Azazel was the runner up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was just like, wow, I made an educated wish.
Yeah, educated wish.
That's a good one. That's a good one. It's not like it was in the movie either. So
Yeah, you know.
Oh my god, I can't believe he's like, I made. When he said that, I was like, are you kidding me right now?
What?
An educated wish. And I did not plan to say that. It's
No.
not in my notes at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's lying.
Trust me.
Lying.
He's just good like that.
No more.
I'm gonna zoom in that.
People are gonna fact check you. I thought also like a lot like other great cameos and people that they brought back. Juggernaut.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
When I saw his helmet, and I was like, it was from X-Men Last Stand,
Yeah.
and it was Juggernaut and was it Callisto?
Callisto, yeah.
Callisto that they brought back
Callisto
as well
was
from
there.
that as well, because I think she dies in the Last Stand. Callisto does,
Yes.
and then his just seeing him again, I was like, oh, I'm so happy. There's just so many that I was like, I never thought I'd see you guys again.
And it's not CGI Juggernaut like the second one.
Not CGI.
That was dope. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah. I was just like, oh wow, he's taller in this one. He's kind of tall.
At least he wasn't like, I was thinking, because CGI Juggernaut. I
Yeah.
would have like, at least it wasn't Scorpion King from like The Mummy.
Oh my god.
CGI.
The Rock and CGI.
The Rock
my
CGI was
goodness.
the most horrendous thing ever.
Oh my
And they
God.
made him do the eyebrow and everything.
Yeah,
And the
I was
CGI. I was
like,
like,
to make matters interesting and worse. I'm like,
Right.
Why?
Yeah. Crazy.
And we got Alioth.
Eliath?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, from Loki.
From Loki.
Season 1
Yeah.
was in there.
Was
Why
in
did I
there.
think? I don't know why.
Oh,
Eliath like
it's an evil dust storm. You can't. With eyes.
yeah, Eliath is like he's like a baby version of Galactus from Silver Surfer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he's a planet eater, right? In
He's a-
Silver Surfer's or Fantastic Four Silver Surfer.
Which is crazy. I would be,
Yeah,
I would be so scared.
I'll be like, well,
This is it.
Like, we're done. No chimichangas.
what do you guys think of the Ant-Man being the
Oh my gosh.
base?
At least they didn't come through the back,
Oh my. Oh.
All red age. Oh, I did.
They used his
Nasty.
skull as a layer. Oh my god.
Well, I'm thinking because, like, the running joke of like Ant-Man and
It was Falcon,
Thanos.
right?
Thanos.
Oh, yeah, Thanos.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, it would be funny if they made that.
Don't look on the bad guys. Just,
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, they didn't just have like, I think I saw what I saw. Like, they didn't just have like MCU, like a little Easter egg.
They
when
did.
they go into the void, did I see
a whole bunch.
a whole bunch?
Whole bunch.
Well, I saw a pirate shipwreck in the background.
Oh yeah,
I thought they were referencing like other Disney movies in the void.
it'd be other 20th Century Fox movies, I think, in the void.
So what?
No, because there's also the Q, which is Thanos' ships, the little O things.
Oh yeah,
They
I
were
did
there.
see the orange spaceship that brought Tony back.
Yeah, that one was there.
That was
and
in there.
Peter Quill's first spaceship, or I forgot what it's called. but it's in there also.
Oh, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
There's
it's
so
all
many, like you have to
MCU.
really pay attention to that scene because like in that void and like just like the desert,
bunch.
there's so many things buried in the sand and you're like, is that
like,
what I
wait,
think it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asgard's castle.
Oh yeah. So
Wait.
Yeah.
Where's Waldo? You know?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there was a ton of those in there.
There was a
And
ton.
then, what is that? What is it called? It was the little flying spaceship helicopter looking thing in Age of Ultron. That
the
Shield
something
uses.
jet.
Not the Quinjet, but the
Not the Quinjet. Yeah, the Quinjet was in there though.
The Quinjet was
Yeah,
in there. It was like the Hella something.
Helicopter. No, helicopter.
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 Yeah.
What is the name? Helicopter.
That's what it is now.
That's the-
I don't care.
New name, guys. We just find
Helicopter.
it the helicopter. Oh man, I gotta.
From it was first seen in Age of Ultron. Or no, Captain America, right?
Uh-huh.
No, it was when Quicksilver was introduced. Scarlet Witch was introduced in that movie, and oh my gosh, I can't remember.
You're talking about the big one, right? That they all started off with in Avengers.
Yeah,
Where they all met up in Avengers.
yeah, it's Nick Fury's little flying.
Yeah.
It's called the
ship.
helicarrier.
That's
Helicarrier.
it.
I knew the
Not
heli was in the front. The
helicopter is-
helicopter.
You're
Come
close.
on.
Heli C.
Jeez.
I was close. I was almost close.
Helicarrier. But yeah, that was in the background too.
Helicopter is closer than Quinn Jet. Sorry, guys. I said
Oh,
And
yeah.
then the Sentinel's the Sentinel's
Foot.
foot.
The foot.
That was that Wolverine and Deadpool latched onto.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
in which they met Nice Pool at the end with
No, sorry.
Dog Pool.
Dog pool. Oh my God.
He's like, I too can break the fourth wall. The proposal. And I was just like, what?
Again, you need to watch other Ryan Reynolds movies for you guys to understand
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Well, I also saw the arc reactor from Tony Stark as well.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about that room. There's a whole bunch in there.
There's a whole bunch.
The shield.
The shield, Doctor Strange's cape, like
The cape was there.
the cape was there.
Where?
When he met up with Happy, trying to be an Avenger towards
Oh,
the
and
beginning.
Happy's. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Happy is a Easter egg on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him being there with Wade it essentially makes it known that Deadpool is now in the MCU.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially with surrounded by all the heroes, like the V suitcase that Iron Man used, and then we got Peter and our Tony Stark's picture when they kind of focused on it.
They also had Pepper in like a Forbes.
Oh yeah, the Forbes magazine.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I still like when they do that, when they keep the continuity of the series or the movie, excuse me. Mm-hmm. I think that was really nice to see. But so there was a cameo that I saw that didn't make sense to me until I actually watched Deadpool 2 last night on Disney Plus. Because I was like, is that Shatterstar?
Yeah,
Having a birthday party. I was like, that's Louis Tan right there. I was just like, that dude should be. I was just like, he should be in a lot more movies personally. But when I saw him as Shatterstar, I was like, I thought he died in Deadpool 2. Because remember when
it came down to
as X-Force, they all came down and he
X-Force.
died. I was like,
Bow. He's ex-gone.
yeah. But then I watched Deadpool, and you see that Yukio and the Sonic girl, she was they were fixing up the time machine thing that Cable had, which is kind of mental because Cable only had one chance to go back in time,
Right.
but little Sonic girl can change that. I didn't know that. Like, I was just like, wait, she could fix it. Well, I was like, Cable didn't want to do. I was like, I don't get it.
He's like, hello?
Yeah. I was like, so he had more chances? Whatever the case is.
Speaking of chances, because that kind of reminds me of like, because you stress about these things so much, right? Like, oh, like a one-time use. Oh my God. The love that they brought the TVA back. And also if you saw Loki, it reminded me of like the stones that they were using as paperweights.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, it kind of reminded me of that. Like, oh, she could fix it to do like a multiple use. TVA has the stones just laying around when you went through hell and back to get them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like, oh, let me just not the Soul
I
Stone.
have so many.
Yeah, no, when I saw that, that was, wild to me.
I was like, wow. But that also goes to show just how much power the TVA has.
Yeah, that's actually that's actually true. They don't not only kind of foresee it, but they do have a lot of control over the timelines, and
they're basically God. They could choose who lives, who dies, who they save, who they don't save. Who they make themselves known to, and all of that.
Which makes me think of Kang, Conqueror. Jonathan Majors needs to really come back. I hope they do.
Please come back.
Because the TVA was created by
Loki and Ant-Man Quantumania was basically Kang. Like, it was the start of Kang Dynasty.
Yeah, the start of Kang, yeah.
And then now it's just drops.
Yeah, yeah, because of an outside issue. Nothing to do with the characters.
The conflict.
I was like, how the
drama?
How the Flash come out? How the Flash come out? All right, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. I mean, I do like the Flash. I did like the movie, but
it was okay.
How? Could have been better for sure. Could have been better.
Agreed.
But I mean, the actor still was able to play Flash.
Yeah.
So Jonathan Majors should still be able to play.
I agree.
Kang.
I agree.
He's an amazing actor.
100%.
Really good.
Just bad situation, but whatever the case is, who's it?
He Remains.
He Who Remains. Yeah, he was the one that created TVA along with the lady. And the Loki 2, you kind of see who created it with him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm just like, so wait a minute. So you don't really understand the timelines all too much, because if that's the case, he was the one keeping all the other Kangs at bay until Loki done messed up.
Right.
He
said, oopsies.
All of a sudden, the sacred timeline got hairy. All of a sudden, the little follicles.
Very hairy.
All because of that one Loki.
One
little Loki.
Or actually, it was two Lokis, just in different time periods. Or maybe millions, billions. Because remember, he had to learn, was it quantum physics? He had to learn quantum physics. Took him 100 years with it. Oh, sorry, Loki.
Oh, God.
No. Oh, anyway, sorry. Back to Deadpool.
Right.
Did you guys pay attention to the cars that the henchmen used? The Fantastic car.
Oh, what was that one called?
Yeah.
The round one? Not the round one. The, what's it called?
With the 4 on it?
Yeah.
The Fantastic car.
The Fantastic car.
Never made it into any of the Fox films, by the way.
Oh, wow.
But it was used by Deadpool guys. Red Skull's Hot Rod was in there.
The Hot Rod. It's so good.
I think so. And then the ice cream truck that was used in Moon Knight was in there.
The chimichanga truck, too.
The chimichanga truck was there as well. There's a lot.
There's so many. Like, it's hard to count.
It's crazy. Tony Stark's Hot Rod was there too. I almost got him mixed up between Red Skull's and Tony Stark's, but his Hot Rod was in there as well. Professor X's chair was being used by Cassandra Nova
as a throne, right?
No, her little transportation when she first comes out. Speaking of throne, Thanos' throne was in there. That's the throne that she was sitting on, and it kind of the symbolism of her just sitting there,
just like lazily.
I own this chair,
like how powerful I am. It's crazy.
She is powerful too.
Yeah,
very
crazy.
Very, she's super powerful.
And then she also mentions an amateur magician. Who could that be?
Mordo.
No, she's talking about, because remember how she had the sling ring?
Mordo. I'm just kidding. It's not Mordo.
Mordo, not him.
He's the evil sorcerer.
I guess he's really amateur too.
He'd be an amateur too.
It was Wong. Gosh, yeah. I was kidding.
Was it Wong?
Nah, he was talking. She was talking about Strange, because you can see a little slither of Doctor Strange's cape sitting on her desk, little red outline on her desk.
Sure. It could be America Chavez.
I don't know.
Who knows?
But,
she has a sling ring herself, right? Sling ring, right?
No, but hers has like infinity stones on it.
Hers does?
Yeah, hers has like some stones on it.
Oh, hers is fancy.
On the sling ring, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, hope she doesn't kill him.
I know. God, she could do whatever she wants.
Wait a minute. So you know what? Then that goes back to the Paradox being or working with Cassandra, right?
Right.
Paradox works with her, so that means that he sent whoever was the Sorcerer Supreme or sorcerer from that covenant to her world.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you not think that they had the sling? That's why he was in middle management. That's why he never left.
Yep. Trying to make a name for himself. Look at where it got you.
That promotion didn't do him any good. To the middle management, guys.
Literally. Yeah.
Was there any more?
Yes. Can we talk about the numerous Deadpools that showed up towards the end of the movie?
Oh my God, all the Deadpools. Oh
Blake
yeah,
Lively?
Blake Lively as Lady Pool.
Lady Pool. Yeah.
What's up? My favorite one was the cowboy.
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey! I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him.
Oh, speaking of, when all the Deadpools came through and they were shooting at him and he had nice full, and he's like, how long is it going to take you to regenerate? He's like, regenerate?
And he's smiling through the whole thing. He's like, what do you mean?
Tell me I'll live.
He's like, you're gonna live. Stay with me. And he's like, I'm gonna. And then he just explodes.
And what's funny is the Deadpools are very much similar to him.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the dog. Remember Wolverine's like walking across
like,
the screen with the dog? And he's just looking at him all like...
It's the shield. He's just, nobody touches
dog
pool.
And so after Nice Pool dies, he gains the 2 new golden desert
I think
eagles.
he did it on purpose.
Oh, absolutely.
And then
for sure.
he was like trying to resuscitate him with no head, and there's blood is pumping out of him, and I'm just like, what is that gonna do?
The imaginary mouth to mouth. Okay.
And even before that too, like he was just like, wait, we must wait for the extras to get out of this shot.
Yeah. He's like,
there's a lot of extras.
Realized there was so much. I was like,
but something happened that I've been waiting for over 20 years, maybe about 20 years before that fight scene. What did you put on?
Oh,
when he reaches, because the entire time he has his suit on, you can't tell that he has his hoodie.
Where did it come from?
And so
it's in his shoulders.
When he does this, and then he does, and I see the 2 hooks, I was like,
you look like Batman, but you can move your neck. I was like, no, he did not just say that.
No, but
the cowl came on.
When he put it on and the eyes went white, and he's like,
that was perfect.
I was like,
that was perfect.
I was like, this money shot. Money shot.
Exactly.
Done. I was like, it's done. And then the scene as they're going from left to right, I'm like, oh yeah, take that. And then all of a sudden, oh yeah, don't you guys forget, they're all Deadpool. Regeneration.
Except for Nice Pool.
Because they all went in thinking they were just like Nice Pool.
Yeah.
I was just like, why does Nice Pool not get regeneration?
Right.
He's too nice for it.
I think the last one they had was like Baby Pool or whatever. It was like the last one that they were going to, and then they all start regenerating. And then who comes out and saves the day?
Peter Pool.
Do you know
who the kids were?
I think I heard who they were. I'm not sure though.
I don't know.
It's I believe it's Inez or Odin or Olin. Olin and Inez, which are the 2 children of Blake and Ryan's kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kids.
They're kids.
And
yeah.
so,
I knew it was somebody's kids.
I was like, wow, that's crazy. They ended up in the shot, just like how in Thor's Love and Thunder they had the some of the cast and the crew, their kids being in that movie as well. I
love that. Actually, they do that a lot in video games too. Like they'll put like the producers or like the directors like pictures as a cameo in the video game or in movies as well. I love when they do that.
Yeah,
you're like, oh, whose dog is this? It's like, oh, it's like the actor's dog, like real life dog and stuff like that. Yeah, I love stuff like that.
I think that there was just a little bit. There was also a lot of there wasn't a lot of it, but it was in nice places of like appreciation for people and actual like authentic love before the fourth wall breaks, and also same with the bad parts, the hate, the loathing and the anger, like especially when Wolverine is literally dogging on Deadpool in the car before their fight, and then you see Deadpool's like, I'm going to fight you now. Just like that was a very real response to whatever Wolverine just said.
That hit a nerve.
Yeah, Wolverine knew he was messing up too. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. That's what I like actually about Hugh Jackman's acting, especially as the Wolverine, is because he was always essentially in pain. You know what I mean? He was always in pain.
Yeah.
And so being able to see him act like he's just saying all these things, but he's just like, oh, this is not good, you know?
Yeah.
And that's just what happens.
It's kind of like a self-destruction thing. Just like Deadpool's sarcastic asshole self is just him trying to protect himself. Like he said to Happy, he was like this, he's like, I'm sorry. Like this is just my coping mechanism.
Yeah.
I think, Logan or Hugh's, coping mechanism is just like being too brutally honest to where you hurt somebody's feelings, but that's just his coping mechanism, I guess. And then he realizes like, I fucked up, and you know, and then he tries to like reel it back a little, but the damage is already done. So yeah,
man.
So was there any things that you guys didn't like?
Absolutely not. I think this is one of those movies that I was just like, I enjoyed it from start to finish.
Yeah, I actually didn't like the fact that there wasn't a third hour.
Right. Too short. Make it longer. Next
Like
time.
2 hours, really, guys?
2 hours too
This
short,
is 2024, and you're an MCU movie, okay?
Oh, that's true.
3 hours.
It was
3
2 hours
hours,
and 4
please.
minutes.
And then
And it was an end of an era.
it was an end of an era. It was a big deal.
It was.
It was a huge deal.
But I think Ryan Reynolds did a good job. Like even the end credits where they showed like previous
Yeah,
movies
like
and
X-Men
scenes.
movies. And then actually they showed when he said like, I want to play Deadpool one day. Like,
Yeah.
and
that was
I was
very awesome.
My
to
heart
hear that.
swelled
I
with
was
like
like-
pride and joy. Cause remember his first time being Deadpool? They screwed him over.
Yeah.
Oh, and
It was
Origins?
to Origins.
didn't
Well, actually, no. He was in Blade 3.
He was? He
As the
was.
Hannibal, as the Hannibal King.
Oh, that was his name?
Yeah, Hannibal King. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was a mercenary. Wade Wilson.
So he played Hannibal King in Blade 3 with Wesley Snipes, and then that's how they got.
That's
the
what kicked
connection.
off that interview that you were talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, you know, he got this horrible version of Deadpool, you know, that he didn't have a mouth and then he
Duct tape.
the duct tape just like, and I'm just like,
What is that?
what are you doing?
He's Deadpool for sure.
He's
It's like death.
But now, like from that to now, it makes me so freaking happy, you know.
That was good.
Yeah. And it you know, since I watched Deadpool 2 last night before the recording, being able to see him, he actually goes to Wolverine Origins and he kills that Deadpool.
Yeah.
Continues to shoot him. As well as the Ryan Reynolds that wrote Green Lantern.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that.
Sorry,
No.
Green Lantern.
And so, to see that he's, cause like I was so confused as to why Shatterstar was in the movie after watching Deadpool 2. It really just set me straight.
Made
so
sense.
I think that was like one of the main things in the third movie that I was just like, how it's cause I forgot. That's all it was. I just literally forgot that, you know, he was brought back essentially
Yeah.
because of Deadpool going back in time. So yeah, I don't think there wasn't really a bad.
There wasn't. I really liked the what's it called? I don't know if this was a reference to Guardians of the Galaxy, but like when he was fighting off the TVA at the beginning, when he found like the first dead Logan and he was fighting off with his bones, the dancing montage, because you know how like in Galaxies, like
Guardians
every
Galaxy.
time you start a movie, there's always music, there's always some type of dancing. So I think they did like a little reference to that too. And I really liked it.
That's actually on point.
Right?
That's a good reference. That's
A
pretty
friend of
solid,
mine
yeah.
brought it up, and I didn't think about it, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I think you're right.
Like Peter
that makes
Quill
sense."
In the first Guardians of the Galaxy, he starts dancing, trying to get the.
He does a dance off at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's also
using Logan's bones as weapons.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
that was crazy.
and what's his name? Drax. He's like, you should dance off or you should.
Oh yeah.
Dance off.
Speaking of bones,
Speaking of bones,
his joke. He's like, the human body has 26 bones in the human body, 207. If you watch Classic Girl, I was like,
which is
no.
crazy because his wife was like in her teen years
Yeah.
for Gossip Girl, and he's talking about her like 206 bones in my body, 207 if you watch Gossip,
I was like, oh my gosh.
which I love, and the fact that she was Lady Pool, like, ugh, it was so
Yeah.
good. But then I also heard that like she doesn't want him to like do another Deadpool movie.
What?
What? Why?
Why?
Blake.
I think, I correct
I
me
mean-
if I'm wrong. But I heard from somebody that they were like, yeah, like this could be one of his last Deadpool movies because his wife like really wants him to like just.
So she became the Lady Deadpool?
I guess maybe either
Lady
that
Pool.
or somebody else is going to take over, or they're maybe just not going to do stuff with Deadpool because, like, again, he was the one that kind of ended all of those stories or like those timelines technically, and now he did his job, and now maybe they're moving on to something else, like X-Force, you know?
Yeah,
That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah,
You know, Sentinel was still there.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
very so.
and then shawarma. We got some shawarma.
Yeah.
Avengers 1 reference at the very end.
90.
Till you're 90.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved every second of it. And I'm really sad that they didn't do a third hour, you know what I mean? Like, I really hope that they come out with like an extended version or something. I don't know.
Like director's cut.
Director's cut. Oh, God,
That'll be
please.
your 3-hour one is. You got it right there.
3-4, really. No. My brother actually brought this up. So you remember when they're eating shawarma, like you thought?
Yeah.
There was, the dog came by, right? The dog pool. Did you guys think the nice pool was going to come? Oh, sorry.
Imagine. From another universe.
That actually would have been funny.
That
Like,
would have been so funny if he
Like,
did.
I
both
thought
of
you
the
were
faces are
dead.
we're like, what? Oh.
Like, yeah.
Another one. Sorry, again, 64, 65 Easter eggs cameos. Leafield's foot or Leafield's feet. You know how they're coming back?
Yeah.
So basically what that one was it's a running joke. This guy named Bob Liefeld, which is the creator of Deadpool. The running joke was that in the comics, he couldn't draw feet for some weird reason. So they put Liefield's foot or feet on the store behind them.
As a reference
to let them know, like, hey, you
the
suck
feet
at
you
drawing
cannot,
feet. You know?
the feet you cannot produce.
I was like, dang, so many Easter eggs.
So
Sorry, I had
many.
to throw that one out there again. Or
No, they're great. And we're
Just
probably
stick
going
it-
to
stick it
see
in.
more maybe or stuff that like
Yeah.
didn't get to see the first time. Like this is one of those movies that I want to rewatch.
oh, definitely.
I'm definitely going to rewatch it.
Watch
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do I have the AMC A-list, so I can watch it for
Oh,
free.
look at you, fancy guy.
Oh,
So if you guys want to pay
to
half
not
the
be
price,
poor.
you guys can come with me. Nah.
He's like, my name is Israel Hila. I live in.
Well, as far as the movie goes, the storyline was really good. It was really nice.
Really good.
I felt that the storyline was really hard to follow in the beginning, but in the middle it picks up, especially within the fight after in the Odyssey. Honda Odyssey. that played a big part. I was like, for some reason, it reminds me of those Korean drama product ads that, you know, they'll just drink coffee and they'll just have the camera just emphasize what coffee they're drinking. That's what it reminded me of, you know? So I think that was where the story started to pick back up. And then you had the other stories like the Paradox and Cassandra's involvement in it. And that really did spruce up a lot back for the story. Because I was just like, aren't we here for a reason? Like, we got to get out, right? Like, we got to save the universe, right?
Right.
And I was like, how are we going to do that? Exactly. You know, Nice Pool helped us out here, this and that. And he already foreshadowed the fact that, oh yeah, there's a bunch of us, the Deadpool corpse.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, that's dope. And I was like, wait, and Cassandra hasn't messed with him? I was like, it makes sense. She wouldn't because they just come back.
Just come back.
Yeah.
They're just annoying.
Yeah. Like cockroaches.
Exactly. Cassandra can't really do much.
Right.
But I was like, but they could have totally brought down her entire army. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that the characters are great. You know, like Gambit was awesome, even with his terrible, or not, he wasn't terrible, but the accent was hard to understand. There you go.
Yeah.
I could thank the minions for that.
Yeah. It was
Thank
awesome.
you,
Minions. Minion Sensei. So if I were to grade this movie, I'm going to give this movie an A.
Nice.
I think that it was really good. Peter Poole didn't really make sense to me because I'm like, who is that exactly? And then I was just like, in his outfit, I was like, yo, all right, player. All right. I'm going to just watch from like, you know, like it'll be your chest
Right.
up.
Yeah.
Okay, Uncle Peter, you know?
Uncle Peter.
Unc Peter.
Jeez.
But yeah, what you guys?
I actually would give this a 10. Like, yeah, I know it's high. I'm really picky about movies, but again, story was great. Acting was great. Humor, 10 out of 10. And I'm just really happy that we have Wolverine in Deadpool's universe now.
Yeah.
It opens so many possibilities, you know? And so
definitely.
Yeah. And then, you know, X-Force, like it gives me hope for so much. And like everything was wrapped up nicely. It didn't get too slow or it wasn't boring at all at any time. And I was so focused on finding like all these cameos that I was completely engaged the entire time.
100%.
So I really enjoyed this movie. 10 out of 10 for me.
I'm going to have to third that, because would you give it a 10 out of 10?
I give it an A. Like, so like more like a 9.
9? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to second your 10 out of 10. Again, what you were saying, engagement was full on there because from the start, you got the whole NSYNC song.
I heard that they asked him to put it in there. I heard.
No way.
That's what I heard. So you're gonna have to look that up, y'all.
I mean, it's perfect because you're saying bye 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 to the Fox universe, you know. So
basically, another jab.
Yeah,
that's like right from the get go, from the beginning to the end. He was just taking jabs at not only Disney, DC, Fox. Deadpool's character in the comics is truly unique because what he does is he does break the fourth wall. He literally pulls himself out of the page of the comics and goes to another one, draws himself, and makes 2 Deadpools. That's the kind of character anti-hero that he is. And so Ryan Reynolds did a very good job, like an incredible job bringing Deadpool into life.
Yep.
And cameos, Easter eggs galore. If you want to watch this movie again, you can like 3 times.
Yep.
And you probably won't get tired of it. I mean, I won't. And this movie actually, my wife was like, she didn't really like Deadpool. So after watching this movie, I was always pushing like, come on, it has Wolverine in it. You should watch it, you know? And she's like, I don't like Deadpool. His humor is just a little raunchy and stuff.
Glad you brought that up because there's 2 types of people. There's like Jim Carrey type of humor that people really enjoy that I actually, I don't enjoy Jim Carrey humor because I feel like I love him and I love the movies that he's done. I just feel like it was forced. It was very like, ha ha, you know, like it wasn't like ha 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 funny jokes. It was more like,
he was more like,
he was more expressive,
eccentric,
super eccentric. And that's just not my type of humor. When he started doing more serious movies like Eternal Sunshine, that's when I really started to like him as an actor. And I feel like Deadpool's humor might not be for some people because he's very sarcastic and it's just like back to back to back like jokes. He never takes anything serious. Yeah. But you just have to understand that's his character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's and that's not everybody's cup of tea. Right. But like me, I absolutely enjoy sarcasm and dark humor and like, you know,
dry
humor and you know, just brutality. And then some people are just like, oh my God, it's so annoying. Just, you know, why can't you be serious for once? And it's not him.
So she was like, when she watched the 2 films of Deadpool, she's like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch the third one now. You know, third time's a charm, and she really likes it. Now she's like willing to give it a
win for Deadpool. Good job.
She was like, okay, I'm willing to watch the other 2 Deadpool. You know, like not to know the whole story, and Wolverine, by the way, but the whole story. But that's
but we all know the truth as to why she liked the 3rd Deadpool. Henry Cavill.
Wolverine, baby.
Wolverine.
Let's also not forget that the another reason for such a high grade is the nostalgia that Blade brought and Gambit and other very awesome cameos that was made throughout the movie.
Oh yeah. I felt the same way almost as like Endgame, you know, when everybody was brought back and everybody joined together.
On your left.
Oh God. Like the same kind of feeling, like bringing back all these characters and like all these cameos, and you're just like, oh my God, I thought they forgot about you, but you're here.
Spider-Man comes in. Done. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Actually, that's all that Deadpool needs now is Spider-Man. His character loves Spider-Man the most, I believe.
Yes. I heard Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are trying to get in talks with Tom Holland to do a Deadpool, Wolverine, and Spider-Man movie.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Oh my God.
Hilarious.
And if they keep going the way they're going now, oh my God, it's going to be phenomenal.
Oh man, another Easter egg. It's like, how Wolverine comes in. You just came in right time in the MCU because you know how right now we got Madam Web tanked, Marvel's, you know, like I feel like this movie came at a right time
We were losing hope.
Yeah.
We were really losing hope.
I still don't understand why there's a lot of hate on some of these movies. Like the Marvels, I was just like, Marvels was fine. Marvels was fine. But I understand why a lot of people don't like it, because the same reason why Iron Man was like Marvel was because, pun intended, was because they built his character up within these movies.
Yeah.
After 3 Iron Mans.
Same with Thor. They built his character up. Captain America built the character up.
Yeah.
They all got to build their characters, and that's what they didn't do with a lot of these other movies. Like Captain Marvel, she had one, but people didn't like that one. I was just like, I wasn't a big fan of it, but I mean, she was powerful. You know what I mean?
And I hope that's what they do with Doctor Doom. But I have a strong feeling they're just going to put him there like, here's Doctor Doom, guys.
Right.
I'd rather he play a variant.
I'm pretty sure he's
I like that idea. Bring him as a variant first, and then do like his own thing. Introduce the character first, even though we already know who he is. Yeah. Don't just plop in there.
Mm-hmm. I loved RDJ. I love him. I was just like, why?
Did you guys see when they introduced? They were like when they
in Comic-Con. Yeah,
he's like.
He was like,
just like how he did as Tony Stark in Iron Man.
Yep.
I'm like, oh,
well,
the fact that somebody, when they were recording it, somebody was like, they guessed who did they guess? Who was that guy from 30 Seconds to Mars?
I know who you're talking about.
The singer that played Joker.
That
also played Joker. He's like a singer from the band. What's his name? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but they
the Joker, was he in Gotham? Which Joker?
He was like he was in like the
was he in Star Wars?
Suicide Squad era of
Jared
Leto. Oh. But if like they're like, now we're gonna introduce the next so and so, and it's all quiet and all you hear is Jared Leto, and then he like takes off his mask and everyone's like, whoa!
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
I was like, you couldn't be more wrong.
That's wild. And it's wild that they brought that up, like amongst all the not so good reviews on the past couple Marvels, like you were saying. And I was just like, so they're bringing RDJ to save what doesn't need really any saving. I mean, you're the MCU. I was just like, I even called it. I was just like, there's so much story to the MCU that people can't hate on it. There's so much to go from.
There is so much, but I feel like once Disney bought Marvel, they started veering towards more kid-friendly, like stories.
Disney
being Disney, and I feel like we grew up with these as kids, and now we're all adults and we're expecting adult movies. We're not kind of like what Deadpool gave us now. With all the gore and the I'm not saying every movie has to have like the rated R-ness of it, but like you also just can't dumb it down too much where it's like, that was funny, guys.
You gotta keep your audience, like you said, engaged. Keep it complex to where you gotta make them figure it out themselves, but not too much where it's like, oh, I knew it,
Yeah.
But I did read in January, February that RDJ did sign a contract with MCU. Long and behold, he's Doctor Doom. And I did read that Chris Evans did sign up another contract with Marvel. Johnny Storm comes out, so I don't know if those are the reasons why.
Yeah, I don't think Chris Evans is going to come back though.
I don't think so.
He said that in an interview. He said only Ryan Reynolds can make me do that again. That's what he said.
I mean,
gosh,
but it was in an interview.
Nothing screams foreshadowing than saying that,
I'll just
and now he comes out with the Deadpool movie.
If the Deadpool movie comes out, you're there.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah. Well, like Johnny Storm can't go back. Well, it'd have to be a variant. Maybe a 5'3" variant version of him.
Right.
Or the original Captain America look.
Yeah, he's done.
Yes.
But anyway, that's going to wrap up this episode. Don't forget to follow us on IG, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter. You can catch us on YouTube where all of our content is at. Also, please leave a review as it will help our podcast grow. Join our Discord community. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. And don't forget, turn it to 11.